we are only one paycheck or two paychecks away from, or something in our personal lives that pushes us over the deep end. I love serving with our own backyard. I've been doing it for a very long time. My favorite thing is getting out, meeting the people. We're all a couple steps away from being in that same situation. God has blessed each of us with good mental faculties and blessings, but some people weren't so lucky in that regard. This ministry started at least over 20 years ago by two sisters who had a hot meal and wanted to give it to some homeless people. And it kind of morphed from them inviting more homeless to meet with the sisters, and just kind of blossomed from there. So I became involved when I interviewed Ann Marcy for Give This Christmas Away. And after I interviewed Ann, I said to my husband, I want to do that ministry. I want to be a part of that. She just made it so appealing and how it blessed her over the years. So I started helping at the other church, the former church where we met with the sisters. And did that for quite a few years. I've been doing this for over 10. And then a few years ago, we had the privilege of moving into our church. And I'm so grateful that we did. Our ministry was plugging along until COVID happened, and part of the challenges was having people come and volunteer. But we got through it, and I was fortunate enough to have my husband not work downtown anymore. He got to come and stay with me and be with me full time, because I, unfortunately, because of COVID, retired. But that gave me more free time to go thrifting for the homeless and get items that they need, and like sleeping bags and clothing.
I knew that I had to get out and do something constructive to do that. I experienced COVID myself and had to quarantine, but I found that it was very rewarding in ways that I would not have imagined. It's been a blessing for me. I did want to do something positive for people who are homeless or struggling, which I think will always be the case in Metro Columbus. I don't know that I've been a blessing to the folks that we serve so much as they've been a blessing to me. We've made real relationships with people. They're concerned about me just as I am about them. They remember, things about my life. And I'm thinking of a gentleman that I talked to for about a year who was not very talkative, but when he did finally start talking, I found out that one of his challenges, for example, was that without a mailing address, he couldn't get any kind of benefits. So during the next week, I made some phone calls, and I found that one of the open shelters in Columbus would receive mail for homeless people on their behalf, that they could use it as a mailing address. They just required that the homeless go in person. I was able to share that, and I've been able to share it with other homeless people too, because sometimes homelessness is transitory. Sometimes other people are in that lifestyle for very long periods of years. But I find that they don't all have an awful lot of information about what may be available to help make their lives better.
I'm glad that people come out to help. I love when I see families show up with kids and they get involved with stuffing the bags or putting together the toilet paper and the wipes. And it's just nice to get to know other families in our church. I think it's important to have a small group community and get to do that with people that you... And I've become quite fond of a lot of people that do help. And step out of your comfort zone. I'm blessed a lot of times by just talking to them. And I know that I bless them as well. I got several hugs today and people saying that they're going to miss us. And I don't think it's just necessarily because it's us. I think it's because they just want friendship and they want to be loved. And isn't that the Great Commission, is to be loved? So that is my hope, is that a lot of people will want to get involved and come and be a part of this.
I would encourage people, just as I did, to try it, and find that even just listening is a ministry that the homeless seem to appreciate, and that in the future that we're consistent in this ministry in adapting to what the needs are of the homeless.
My hope would be for families to come and be a part of this, not to be afraid to go out to feed the homeless, but to want to be involved in a family way. And the homeless love seeing kids, so that would be wonderful. I would love for more people who like to cook come and be a cook and make a meal. And I would love to see a lot more people want to go out and be with on the bus. It's a good time, but also to see the people when we get there. Think about it, they're waiting for us. They come out from under the bridges and under the underpasses and out of the woods and off the porches, and they just want somebody to remember their name and to want to show an interest in them and want to get a hug from them and pray with them. And who doesn't love that? So that would be my vision, and my hope is that more people would want to get involved and come and be a part of it.